let's go to the filter medias and pump and the heater. What I'm using for this. I got Eheim Compact 3000 for $108 at my local fish store. Maximum rated output is 793 gallon per hour, and considering the head loss, the resulting return water rate will be about 531 gallon per hour. Well, it's much stronger than my drain, but so I'll just have to adjust the pump so that my drain can keep up with it. I prefer to buy a pump to be much higher, rating than the drain. So in case I decide to upgrade my tank in the future, I don't have to spend again. Just have to replace the tank. These are the filter medias I will be using: standard foam pads, the quilt foams, ceramic rings, and also in addition I also put in the filter holder, I also put there in leftover fittings from the PVC overflow. And lastly, carbon. For the heater, I got 200 watts Evo Jagger heater. So all in all, for the heater, pump, and the filter medias, I get about, okay, heater $35, pump $108, filter medias $25. So let's go to the tank leak test. Finally, I have built the tank, and time to leak test the tank. I consider myself lucky when the leak test went well. Sorry for that. I consider myself lucky when it went well. I was ready to accept if there will be any leak once I fill the tank to its capacity. But thankfully, the only problem I had was the front and the back panel seemed to have moved a total of 3 millimeters. So the next day, I went and get a piece of glass that I can put as a center brace. So I put it as a center brace. I removed half of the water and installed the center brace. Now hopefully it will hold in place. For the PVC test run, you can refer to my other video again. But let me tell you something about something in that video. During the test run, the drain was making a loud gurgling noise, and when I added the gate valve below, this gate valve here, it seemed to have solved it. Now it's not making that loud noise. There's a noise, but mostly just the sound of water draining, no gurgling. At that time, I was about to search for solutions online, but when it became quieter, I saved my time in front of the computer. The return line I'm showing here is only temporary, just for the sake of testing the PVC and the pump. Finally, the leak test is done, means the tank is now at the top. See, before I even installed the canopy and the lights, I already started cycling the water. In that way, I will be cutting at least a week of the time. There you go, with the canopy and lights on. The canopy also is made of 90% scrap wood. I only spent about $7 for it, and the light cost me about $25. It's very bright actually. I'm expecting to have algae problems later on, but I'll worry about that later. The aquascape is not much. 4 plastic plant, 1 live plant, I don't know the name of this plant, a bunch of river rocks I picked up from landscaping the highway. The place I live is very difficult to find the live rocks that I always see here in the videos in YouTube. So big shout out to you guys. I cannot help but envy those people who have direct access to these beautiful rocks and all that. Anyways, once I got the rocks I want, I'll replace these ones here. For now, I'll try to live with whatever I can find around. I'm also thinking to make a DIY live rock in the future when I have time. For the substrate, I'm using a beach sand as a substrate. I found it appealing as well as easy to maintain. Appealing in the sense that it gives the tank a lighter look. The fish can play with the sand without getting hurt. It's easy for the cichlids to dig, etc., etc. It's easy to maintain in the sense that it's easy to see the ways that I want to vacuum. Also, when the sand gets digged by the fishes, I can easily put them back compared to any substrate. The only down part of the sand, the only disadvantage of the sand is that you have to wash it thoroughly. You have to wash it lots of water to avoid cloudy water. Every time the sand is shaken by the fish. Well, it's all worth it anyway. I highly recommend the sand as substrate. The cichlids love it, and it's easy for me. So, canopy, light and plant, about $40. Let me give you a summary of the cost and the materials for this project. With regards to the cost, guys, let me tell you that having this tank as big as this doesn't need to be too expensive. When I compare the price to that of the ready-made, it could have cost me around $700 plus, double the amount I spent in building this DIY. Not to mention, I had a great time doing this. It has kept me occupied for at least 3 months, and now it's up and running. This has been running for almost 2 months now, and ever since I did not have any problem on nitrate. Probably because of the water volume that this tank have. I only perform bi-weekly, 5% bi-weekly water changes. But yes, I have problem on algae, as I have mentioned earlier. It's due to the bright light, I think. I'll be trying to solve it and document it as well and share with you guys. So that's it. I think I pretty much covered everything, from the design concept to the actual step-by-step to the actual construction of this thing and to the aquascaping. Any questions, I'll do my best to answer. Thanks for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and watch out for any update of my tank. This has been a Desert Substrate. Yalla, fish keepers, mabuhay!